let's go to this game because this ACC team went head to head against an SEC team, and what do you know? It's like another dimension, Chris. They did not look good. Clemson Tigers, Death Valley, loses to LSU 17-10. They looked good in the first half, and then like by the middle of the third quarter, they just decided they didn't want to play football anymore. Dabo was just on the sideline, just pacing back and forth. You know, maybe he saw that Florida State game and said, you know what, I'm gonna sit this one out. I don't want nothing to do with Thomas Castellanos. You know, hey Kate, just sit this one out, buddy. We'll be all right.
Yeah, no, it was a quite an interesting game. The defenses were legit. The defenses came to play as you predicted, Kory. You said the defenses were going to come out here, and you're going to get your money's worth. You're going to have to earn these TDs, and even when you earn a TD, the referees are snatching it out of your hands. I'm upset for you, Barryon Brown. That was a catch. That was a catch. Don't let nobody tell you it wasn't. Just like Dez Bryant caught that ball, Barryon Brown caught that ball too. That was a touchdown. But anyways. LSU looked like one of the best teams in the nation, and to me, I think they are the best team in the nation. Clemson struggled, but they are still one of the better teams. I can see that much. Cade Klubnik, still one of the top quarterbacks in the country, but Garrett Nussmeier is that guy. And even though there weren't a bunch of points put on the board, he was dissecting Clemson's defense before the snap like a veteran quarterback is supposed to. Putting guys in motion, checking out the play, changing the protections. He was doing everything you wanted out of your leader, out of your quarterback. Hayden Durham played well. Brown stepped up. Tredez stepped up with a huge touchdown reception in the end zone. LSU has the horses, and they just getting out the gate. This ain't even the best you'll see from LSU this year. It's going to get better and better as the weeks continue. And I think we are getting an early glimpse at the national champs, Kory. There's a reason we had the number one on our preseason poll. LSU is the best team in the nation. And I felt very good about that after watching that game.
No, I totally agree with you now, Chris. Look, I will say I was the one that was for Clemson to win this ball game. I thought they would handle business at home. Boy, was I wrong. Just like with a lot of these picks this week. And
you cooked. You might be wrong with that. You cooked on your other picks now. I ain't gonna let you say that now. You was cooking. You was cooking.
Well, I definitely looked at the the tail of the tape with this game, and I was spot on with saying that this game was going to be filled with defensive plays, which it was. The defenses for both of these teams showed up and showed out. I was thoroughly impressed with what I saw on Saturday night between these two teams. But there had to be a winner, had to be a loser at the end of the day. LSU, man, they look lights out on defense, man. And people say defense wins championships. I definitely believe that.
Ooh.
They brought it to Clemson, and when they struck gold with their offense, they took advantage of that. And it kind of had me thinking about just like what you said earlier before the start of the season, Chris, with all of the weapons that LSU had at the receiver position. They showed up. Barron Brown, heck of a player.
Aaron Anderson?
Yeah, Aaron Anderson. Like all of these guys, they were there. They were showing up. And they really kind of showcased that as a strength as well last night. That look, you weren't gonna stop us through the air. with a bevy of our receivers that we have. And look, the blocking was well too. They definitely helped Nussmeier with staying in the pocket and staying calm. But yeah, like the receivers, they were looking great, and like the defense was like the cherry on top for LSU. And hey, hats off to Brian Kelly. He knew what he had coming into this game. He knew the stakes that he had to make in terms of winning this ball game, and they took care of business. Chris, I gotta tip my cap off to LSU. They took care of business in this ball game in an environment that's a very tough environment to win. It's hard for teams to win at Clemson, and
Yeah.
they took them to the woodshed. So I was thoroughly impressed with what I saw.
That secondary looked like the LSU secondaries we have grown accustomed to seeing over the years that we associate with LSU football.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just locking up on the outside. Granted, it did help. We have to mention Antonio Williams, Clemson's best wide receiver, was knocked out of the game early. So it was up to like Wesco and Moore to try to hold it down for Clemson at the receiver spot. But LSU's defense was sensational. The Weeks boys, the Weeks brothers.
Yeah.
Ooh. Woo!
Tough bunch, man.
They fly to the ball, pass rush, pass coverage, stopping the run, whatever you needed, they got you. And that's dangerous to say. When the defense is clicking against a team who brought back the most production in the nation. Clemson brought back the most production. As all teams in the country, they were the ones most established heading into this season with guys newly revamped LSU defense who played like they did against an offense that potent. The country beat just understand LSU is for real. So I'm gonna say LSU is for real because that offense is only going to get better. But for the defense to already be clicking like it is, oof. If you're an LSU fan, you are having a wonderful Labor Day weekend. You are sleeping with a cheese, just a smile of all smiles on your face. You ain't smirking or grinning. The teeth are showing at night. You are just a full-blown cheesing looking at this team and the possibilities of this team.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if you're an LSU fan, you couldn't be more pleased with what you saw on Saturday night. This team, I think, is that they're head and shoulders above all, as what the one Roman Reigns has said before. They're definitely one of the top teams, if not the top team in the country. I think what I saw, they could go head to head against anybody in the country right now, bar none.
Mm-hmm.
They're that good,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't have been more pleased with what I saw last night. And if they keep playing like this, look for them to be in Atlanta come time for the SEC championship game.
Yeah. No, it's for sure. And we told y'all in the preseason that 8.5 over under. Take the over. And a lot of people, thought they would lose this one, but they got this one. It's a big win, and now the next 4 or 5 games will be interesting. You do get some tough matchups. You gotta bring, welcome Florida. Go to Ole Miss, play South Carolina as well. So you got some interesting games against some teams who Ole Miss did look good. Granted, it was against
Georgia State.
Georgia State, but they do present, I think, a challenge offensively. Uh, South Carolina does have your Heisman hopeful, Lenore Sellers, and then he is a dynamic player. And the wide receivers look to be progressing in South Carolina. So there are some good matchups that we do have coming. End of the season, you do play at Oklahoma, so there are some games on this schedule. But you do look like you have a team ready to face the competition, and is definitely capable of winning all of these tough matchups.
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I was thoroughly impressed with what I saw with LSU, and yeah, we'll definitely see what's going to happen with the Tigers coming up this season. But yeah, I think that this was an exceptional first step forward for Brian Kelly and the LSU Tigers in trying to make it back to a college football playoff.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. This is the year. You got to make it happen this year.
Yeah, got to make it happen this year. So we'll definitely see what happens with the Tigers, with both of these Tigers moving forward. Clemson got a lot of work to do. We'll see what happens. But I will say this: that Florida State Clemson game looking a little bit more interesting.
Should look a lot interesting in a few weeks. That Georgia Tech Clemson game will be interesting as well.
Yeah.
At Georgia Tech.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I can't wait to watch all of these games and see how both of these teams fare throughout the season. So it should be interesting.